Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and today I will create a new kind of videos that I will tell you how tell some tips about Substance Designer, and in this class I will try to teach you how to create different patterns and how to work with this in Substance Designer. So here we go create some different ones. So let's start. For me, the most important thing when you're creating something different, like a different pattern, is play with some different shades of gray in in your base image, and after that you will use just edge detect to take all the borders. As a good example, I can use the cells 4, for example, and if I decrease the scale, for example, like this, um, this should work. As you can see, different shades of gray, and if I use edge detect, they will take all those difference and make a line between all these different shades. So this uh, this workflow will be the basic thing that we will use to make our patterns. So, for example, I will start to create a new one. For now, I will create I can use a tile generator, and I will switch to square, and let me decrease the X and the amount, and I will use the luminance random. As you can see different squares in this image. Okay, but now I want to create a checker, and I will rotate this checker in 45 degree, and I will create a blend between these two, but I want a mask, and this mask will be a shape. So if I use this, I will decrease the scale, and now as you can see, we have different shapes with this type of square and this one, right? But now I want a different shape for the top part here in the borders. So, for example, if I want, I can create a blend, and I will duplicate this shape, and I will make the square something like this, and I can invert. Let me switch the opacity, and now I will control the shape, and I can make something like this. Let's see if this will work. Maybe I can switch this one. Oh, maybe something like this should work well. And after all of that, I will create an edge detect, and as you can see, we created a very interesting shape for example, a floor. So let me connect right here, and I will use a bevel just to make a better connection. Let me switch to floor, plane, and that's it. Really interesting, right? And all of this is just because we create a grayscale shape, and after that we use an edge detect. Okay, so let me try create another examples of this. A really good one, maybe we can use I think is this one. Let me see. Yeah, is this one. For example, I can use the Cartesian to polar to make this circular shape, but first let me make some changes in the style generator. For example, switch the offset to 0.5 to make this brick good looking, and I will increase the X amount, and after that what I will do is create again some shapes. The first shape will be a disc, and we will use this as a mask. Not a mask. The first thing, we just create a central base, something like this. Something like this should work well. And I will create another shape, and this one will be the invert one, and I will use as a mask. And for example, I can use the same tile sampler, but let's create some bricks looking for this. Maybe something like this, and change the offset to 0.5. Okay, perfect. Let me connect this one right here, and if I increase the scale, you can start see my shape. And after all of that, okay, perfect. And after all of that, I can just create an edge detect, and that's it. We create a new different pattern. So let me see just a final example to make this. Okay, this type of workflow, it's very interesting when you're trying to create some different kind of shapes. So for example, I can create something like a draw. For example, I can use this star, and I can blend this star with another one, but this one will have a transform. And let me connect these two right here, and let me create a levels just to make a different shade for this one, and I will rotate this, and let me make a tiling mode to absolute. No tiling, perfect. Something like this. Let me switch the position. If I make something like this and I use the edge detect, you can get all the lines in this different shade. If I put the star in a uniform color like I did here with just a white, if I connect right here, as you can see the difference. If I create another blend and put this one, for example, like this. If I connect right here, you can see the difference. So you have a different uh, kind of use for this to create different patterns for your material. So I think this is will be very useful. And now I decided to create some kind of tutorials, something very quick like I did right here. Personally, because many people are joining this Patreon group, and I will start creating something for new substance users. So I hope this will help a lot. So thanks for watching, and I see you next time.